Hi, everybody. I'm V. Christiansen, the Florida coordinator for the East Coast Greenway Alliance. I'm actually based in Jacksonville, Florida. And so you can actually see me here on the S-Line Rail Trail, which is a disjointed, designated segment of the Greenway that's part of a larger vision in Northeast Florida that I'll just talk a little bit about in a few minutes. Here on the slide, you can also find my contact information. So feel free to reach out to me via email or on social media. My Twitter handle is right there, just V Christiansen and remove the vowels. So yeah, reach out following today's program for more information on Florida Greenway happenings. Now, as a Florida native, I've seen firsthand how dangerous roads have resulted in more people being struck and killed by drivers while walking and biking. Per the Dangerous by Design report from Smart Growth America, Florida is the worst state for pedestrian safety. Now, the groups most affected by this are older Americans, people of color, and those walking in low-income communities. So to me, this is really where the Greenway comes in. A safe and protected walking and biking path connecting people to place is a key element in making conditions safer for the entire state. So let me jump into some of the numbers and just general trail development here in the state. Maybe you have noticed by now that Florida is actually the only single state region in our entire corridor. And that's really due to its size. You can check out the map right here and see along the coast, the spine route. We have almost 700 miles of route. And that's both our spine route and the inland route, which is made up of the St. Johns River Sea Loop. Very excited to share that we are very close to 40% completion. And that's really thanks to supporters like you all, collaborating with our state partners, our local and regional partners, and the advocacy groups just made up of passionate community members that are really helping put the miles on the ground. Now, a big part of my role is working closely with our partners from north to south. I work with the Florida Department of Transportation Central Office in Tallahassee, but also the district offices along the way. I work with state park managers all the way from Anastasia State Park down to the Florida Keys. And we work together on signage and designation of trails. I also work closely with the Department of Environmental Protection here in Florida, their Office of Greenway and Trails. This is just to make sure that the Greenway continues to be a priority in the state's trail system, which is an award-winning network of trails, parks, and more. I work with local partners on identifying and pursuing funding opportunities. In fact, just a couple of weeks ago, I joined a call for a county here in North Florida as they developed their list of local priority projects. And this is just to make sure that the Greenway was included and top of the list. I also provide input on design plans, support public outreach, install and maintain signage, and I even have a hand in trail amenities like bike repair stations along the way. Now, this year, I want to talk to you a little bit about what we've actually established. So we've actually designated a few segments, despite the challenges presented by the public health crisis. The Greenway grew over 10 miles here. So that's really, really cool. We have 3 segments in particular that I just wanted to highlight. And these are different parts of the state. They just show you different contexts. We have one in Northeast Florida, the city of Neptune Beach, who virtually completed the Greenway in their community. So they've been really wonderful partners, and they designated the last phase of the Neptune Beach's beach trail. And so this is a wonderful segment. It looks like a urban shared use path, and it connects residents and visitors with parks, schools, residences, and businesses. In Central Florida, we designated almost 3 miles of the St. Johns River to Sea Loop, and that's from DeBerry to Spring State Park, and that's part of the state's Spring to Spring Trail, which is a trail between 2 state parks. It's a scenic segment through Florida natural areas. And then we also designated a little over 7 miles of the Palatka to St. Augustine State Trail. And that completes 19 miles of protected and separate trail. And that really shows you the more non-metropolitan rural side of Florida. Another major part of my role this year, besides designating these segments, included planning and executing the 2020 Southeast Greenways and Trails Summit. Now, this was originally established to be an in-person event here in Jacksonville. So I co-led the charge for the event along with our former special events and summit specialist. I wore many hats throughout this period, from selecting proposals to developing a host committee, session development, and organizational partner coordination. It was a really successful event, and so on the right, you can actually see some of the great partners we had that really enabled the success of the event. So the Community Foundation of Northeast Florida, a local partner here in Jacksonville, AARP, McAdams Construction, Tool Design, GSK, Alta, Florida Blue, and more. Now, due to the health crisis, we did have to quickly pivot to a virtual event, which ensured that we could still provide quality programming to our attendees. And so we have essentially hosted our first ever virtual summit this year because of that. It really, really was a great success. And so thank you to all our partners. And I highly recommend you check out the programming for yourself on the landing page there, greenway.org/Southeast Summit 2020. And one of the featured projects of the summit is actually the Corticos Loop project. Now, it's a project located in North Florida, in Jacksonville, so Duval County in particular. And that is envisioned to be a 50-mile trail project and a very exciting addition to the trail development in the region because it connects from the beaches into the core. In fact, the S-line trail picture from my first slide, you can actually see that along the left side of the map, some of the green segments there. Again, as I mentioned, it's disjointed because it's not connected to a route currently. And so this particular loop project would connect not just the S-line, but also two other disjointed segments, which is the north and south bank along the St. Johns River. This project is in response to Jacksonville leaders asking that the loop be added to the Greenway spine route along the beach. So getting into the urban core of Jacksonville, the trail will really enhance developments along the north and south bank of the St. Johns River. It connects major industrial business redevelopment areas, which is along the Jaguar Stadium, if there's any Jaguar fans in the audience, while supporting a long-desired community enhancement and redevelopment effort in the area, including some of Jacksonville's older neighborhoods. So to me, it's really exciting because it's envisioned to increase access for residents in all these communities. So I work very closely with the City of Jacksonville and other partners such as Downtown Vision, FDOT, and North Florida TPO, so that we can develop a safe route that can go live soon so that we can really start seeing the benefits of the route. It includes also, really major here, it includes a safe way to bypass the ferry crossing to the north. So when you're heading north to our county, Nassau County, just north of Duval, and it also bypasses the ferry crossing along the river ferry along the St. Johns River. Now, this brings me to something that we will be seeing, hopefully, 2021. It's a portion of the loop that's being constructed now. And that's a really cool project. It's the Fuller Warren I-95 crossing bike ped path. So that's a really, really major project. That's part of the Loop and Vision route. So really in the core of Jacksonville. The Fuller Warren crosses the St. Johns River, but it's also part of a $126 million project. As you may know already, bridge crossings can be some of the more difficult elements in trail development. So all the more impressive that this project is very near to completion. It adds the bridge, as I mentioned, allowing residents to travel between the north and south bank with ease and safety. Otherwise, I mean, I've seen people literally walking the shoulder of I-95. So it's a very, very dangerous right now crossing this. But this would provide access to these community members between both banks so that major employers in the area can actually get the workforce there, which are located along the river. You can check out the progress yourself just in these pictures, and that's thanks to the City of Jacksonville's Bicycle Pedestrian Advisory Council. So yeah, this is just one of the really, really cool things happening in Florida. Feel free, like I said, follow me on Twitter. And I do updates there throughout the year related to the region and just the Greenway in general. So you can check that out and just check out our social media channels for more as well. So yeah, thank you for spending your lunch hour with us and learning more about the Greenway.